Here's a long, engaging, emotional story based on the real account from the video title you shared, crafted to fill about a 15-minute YouTube narration with depth, emotion, and a powerful message at the end. This draws from the verified summary of the Single Dad's Christmas Blind Date story. Daily Motion. The moment David walked into Giovanni's Italian restaurant that chilly Christmas season, his heart felt as heavy as the winter wind outside. The holiday lights were twinkling in every window, and carolers hummed softly across the street, but nothing in him felt seasonal, joyful, or light. 3 years ago, Christmas had meant family, his wife Claire, his daughter Maddie, the laughter that used to echo in their home. Now it was just him, moving through life one day at a time, grateful but empty in places he didn't want to admit still ached. Daily Motion. His sister had begged him to just try this blind date. Claire would want you happy, she had said while fluffing ornaments on his half-lit Christmas tree. David didn't disagree, but he also didn't want to feel anything new. Especially not awkwardness. Especially not loss masquerading as hope. Daily Motion. And here he was, seated across from Catherine Chen, a pediatric nurse with kind brown eyes and a gentle smile, but the conversation felt stiff, strained, stuck in polite small talk that refused to bloom into anything real. Every time he tried to laugh or relax, his grief fluttered at the edges, reminding him how long it had been since he felt something good. Daily Motion. Beside them sat 6-year-old Maddie, at her own little table with coloring books, chocolate milk, and the calm detachment only a child can have. She was radiant in her holiday socks, little penguins wearing Santa hats, the same ridiculous kind Claire used to wear every December. He smiled at that memory, heart tightening a little. Daily Motion. The awkwardness reached its peak. Long silences, forced laughter, and that uncomfortable feeling that neither of them knew how to escape gracefully. David had even started drafting a polite exit message under the table when something unusual happened. Daily Motion. Maddie wasn't at her table anymore. She was peeking around the hallway, watching them intently, as if she could see through the stiff conversation and the uncertainty that clouded both their faces. When David caught her eye, she put a finger to her lips and beckoned him gently. "Daddy," she whispered when he knelt beside her, almost conspiratorial, "she's the one." Daily Motion. David almost laughed at how seriously she said it, until her next words cut deeper than he expected. "You're being boring. You talk like you talk with Mr. Peterson about permits. Ask her about her Christmas." And then she pointed, fairly accusingly, at Catherine's Christmas socks, the same silly kind Claire used to wear. Daily Motion. Just like that, the tension broke. David returned to the table not with an escape message, but with a real question: what was Christmas like for you when you were little? And something in Catherine's face changed. The facade of politeness melted, and she began to share memories, of mixed cultural traditions, of big family trees, of laughter echoing through her childhood home. Daily Motion. So David shared too, about silly socks, about Maddie's insistence on leaving carrots for Santa's reindeer, and about the Christmases they'd struggled through after Claire's passing. When Catherine admitted losing her own mother to cancer years ago, David felt a jolt of recognition, not just sorrow, but understanding. It was the first time in a long while that someone knew what his sadness was without flinching. Daily Motion. The conversation that had once felt impossible suddenly flowed with ease. They laughed, they empathized, they found small surprising things in common, like a mutual dislike of eggnog and a love for old Christmas movies. Silences became comfortable. 3 hours passed in what felt like minutes. Daily Motion. When it was time to go, there was a moment of hesitation neither of them expected. But then Catherine blurted out, "I'd like to see you again, both of you." And Maddie beamed. "You have her number, Daddy?" she asked, already wise to the rhythms of romance. Catherine saved her number with a grin, and outside, snow began to fall just like magic. Daily Motion. That night, as David drove home with Maddie in the backseat, she yawned sleepily and whispered, "She has kind eyes, like Mommy." It was a tender moment, an echo of closure and promise. David blinked away his emotion and simply said, "Yes, she does." Daily Motion. Days later, they met at the Children's Museum's Holiday Light exhibition, where Maddie declared herself the tour guide and Catherine engaged with every bit of enthusiasm and warmth. David watched them together and felt something inside him shift from cautious hope to true warmth. Catherine wasn't just another date, she was someone who genuinely connected with him and with the world he was building for his daughter. Daily Motion. On Christmas Eve, Catherine came to their home with homemade dumplings and a snow globe gift for Maddie. They sat by the tree, decorating, sharing laughter, and building new traditions that didn't erase the past but honored it. Catherine even revealed that David's sister had called her first, telling her about his past and, more importantly, Claire's wish that he not close his heart forever. David looked at her, tears brimming, whispering that maybe he could keep that promise. Daily Motion. By next Christmas, everything had changed. At the same restaurant, same table, same holiday lights, David reached across and pulled out a small box. With Maddie's help in choosing the ring, he proposed to Catherine right there, under the warm glow of Christmas lights. She said yes. Daily Motion. Snow began to fall once more as they kissed, knowing that the little voice that had nudged that first night, Maddie's whisper, had been right all along. Not just a chance at love, but the one. Daily Motion. Final message. Sometimes the world pushes us toward joy when we least expect it. Sometimes wisdom comes not from age or experience, but from the purest hearts among us, children who see things adults have forgotten. And sometimes, Christmas miracles aren't grand gestures, but the gentle courage to open your heart again. Daily Motion. If you want, I can also write this in script format with narrator cues, scene directions, and emotional beats optimized for a YouTube video narration, just let me know.